Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and it's really wonderful to spend some time with you today. Alright, in my most recent video, it focused on my iBook G3 Clamshell. My intention had been to upgrade the machine, which of course involves taking it completely apart. I would then install macOS 9 and macOS 10 on the new drive. So yeah, that's the plan. I am really looking forward to this. I may have to make the OS installs a separate video. It'll depend on time. We shall see how it goes. I'll try to keep the clips reasonably short. I will say, thus far, this is an education. And if you decide to do such a thing yourselves, I will tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But I've already learned a lot, and I'm sure I'll be learning a few more things as we go here. So, I'm looking forward to this. I certainly hope you are, and that you'll be able to take the time to join me through this. If not, I understand. But anyhow, if you are, please stay tuned. Alright, the EMI shielding is back on. I had a minimum number of screws that were out of place, maybe one. But it has worked out. Now, this one I've been dreading, but it turned out not to be so bad. This is the speaker cable. It's kind of buried down there under that hole. I was wondering how the heck I was going to get into place. It actually wasn't too bad. I got it set, and then using the pointed end of the spudger, pushed it down, and it connected quite well. All right. So I've got to route it now back under its clips and get it ready to be plugged back in. All right. Next we'll be putting the modem board back in and getting that connector in place. All right, stay tuned. All right, as an interim report, getting the display back on was murder. And I've just noticed, okay, yes, I see where that's supposed to go now. Getting the modem in, on the other hand, was pretty easy. Getting the modem jack in, okay. Thing about the display, they had you remove the hinge screw here, and then you can't see them because they're blocked by the modem now. But the three screws holding what they call a clutch cover on there. Now that was having, first of all, put this in. So I ended up putting the two hinge screws in there, and of course over there. Then I was able, with a lot of finagling there, to get the three screws in. Now I had, once again, and this is the second time I'd mixed up some screws, but fortunately there were a set of three. There was only one other. Well, see, now there's another set of three in there. But, hey, they're in. So, I guess we're just going to continue here. All right. Stay tuned. Well, I officially hate working on this machine. These, I guess, are called the EMI fingers, and they screw down through the modem shield here and here. They're very short screws. It took me 20 minutes to get those screws lined up and pointed in the right place, ready to go. So I think that's all attached now. I do have a few more to do, but we're making some kind of progress, I guess. Of course, I have no idea if this is actually going to boot or not, but stay tuned. Well, I ended up putting the original CD drive back in there, and the big reason I did that, I couldn't get the DVD door to open. I mean, there's a pinhole. I pushed into it. Didn't work. Oh well. That being said, it went back in much easier than it did. I've got kind of a strange assortment of screws still left. So, I mean, I guess we just soldier on and try to make it all happen. There's some little ones that just didn't seem to go in any place. There's that one. These are the screws that hold the bottom cover on. Not sure. Well, we're just going to have to see. Stay tuned. Home for 3 of those road screws. I think I mixed some up, but these have seemed to work here, here, and here in holding the top case down. Okay. I may still end up with a couple of extra screws, but we shall see as we progress. I did, by the way, put the RAM in quite some time ago, figuring it was actually easier to get at it. Although, you know, this would have been fine. It doesn't have the pop-up clips that we're used to today, but it just slides in and then goes far enough so that it slots in here and here. All right, so we gotta get the RAM cover on and then the airport card. Oh man, what a chore. Stay tuned. Well, it's back together. I did end up with one extra screw. The case is not quite as firmly attached. You can see that gap there. Right there. So it's, yeah, I mean, maybe at some point I will take it apart again, but I don't have it in me tonight. But everything's there. So, why don't we press the power button and see if it starts up? Well, okay. There's a chime. I guess that means the speaker works, I would hope. And we have video. This is a good sign. Now, of course, that SSD that's in there was not formatted, and being it's got that IDE connector, I had no real way of formatting it. Well, I guess I could have stuck it into a Power Mac G4. And will you look at that? Okay, we have got folder with a question mark flashing. All right. So now the big question is going to be, will the optical drive work so that I can actually install Mac OS 9. Okay, I guess stay tuned. Well, CD is spinning up. That's a good sign. I'm holding down the C key so that we'll hopefully boot into the CD. And we have Happy Mac. All right, booting up onto the CD. That's a good thing. Okay, we do have a problem. No trackpad. Well, I just happen to have a USB mouse sitting right here. And now we get a cursor. That's something. All right, open utilities. Oh boy, and problem 2. Drive setup should detect that there is a drive connected and offer to initialize it. All it's giving me here is the install CD. So either the connection with logic board is not right, or the connection to the drive itself is not right. And darn it, of course, the only way to do anything about this is to take the whole darn thing apart again to check those connections. At the same time, making sure that I get the pardon me, I am really tired. Make sure that I get the trackpad connected. All right, well, at least I can do one thing. Oh, this really stinks. Oh. Got kind of, so I've got like one side of the keyboard that's responding. And guess what? I'm pressing the S key now and it's giving me 4s. Okay, so the keyboard's not connected right. Well, this is quite a disappointment. All right, and of course, as I was saying, I'm going to have to take the whole darn thing apart again to try to fix these things. Man, well, see you in part 3, I guess. I am really sorry this did not have a positive conclusion. But what are you going to do? Be good to other people. Particularly me right now. Be good to yourselves. Take very good and careful care in these difficult times. And we'll see you in part 3, I suppose. This has been Seriously Broken Electronics.